Hello, let's do Wordle for Saturday, June 13th. Let's play. Yesterday we spun the wheel. It said to start with gourd. All right, just a U out of place. So I'm thinking U second is probably the most likely. We got to worry about the usty trap. Is there another trap like that? The Oli trap, maybe? So what's going to be like common consonants we'd want to get? Maybe we avoid ST and L for now and just try to get the other consonants. I know it's probably not going to be great for the bot, but let's think about this a little bit. So the usty trap. What's in the usty trap? There's fusty, I think is one of them. Lusty, busty. Is fusty a word? Musty. Okay. So FBM would be good for that. And then there's also the Oli trap. So there's a bully is the fully and bully. So maybe I should use F and B. There's pulley is not spelled that way. Pulley is is EY actually. POULEY. Starting with L wouldn't be bad, but maybe I'll start with B, put the U here, try to use an F. How about, I don't think buffet is spelled this way. I think it's two F's. Buffy, the Vampire Slayer. Would something like bulky be okay? I don't think the K was needed for any of those. Bully, fully. Maybe an M. Why don't I do something like bumpy? I think that might work out okay. It doesn't end with Y. So it's not the usty trap. It's not the Oli trap. Okay. Let's do common letters now then. STLN. I'm sure I'm the only one who followed gourd with bumpy. But just protecting myself against some traps early on. STLN. Sun, soul. I wouldn't mind an E or something. Yes. I think I just have to think of it. It's kind of tough. Maybe like an E here. EN, EL, AN, AL. Could it be a QU word? Maybe it's a QU word. Something like quail might be a good guess then. Or quiet. I like quiet, actually. Let's do that. It is a QU word. I think it's QUE. Quell with the double L. Was that it? QUE. Can't do quest. Let's just try quell. That was it. Okay. With you second, I should have thought about Q, but I put so much thought into the two traps there. All right. I'm curious if the bot liked my guesses or not. I suspect it didn't. But yeah, before we do that, we are going to spin the wheel and see what tomorrow's starting word will be. Will it be good? Will it be bad? Ocean. Says by Abigail. Well, for people who like vowel heavy starts, it says 3 of them. C is not bad. N is great. Cool. Well, if you want to follow along tomorrow, start with ocean. And we are going to do some analysis here, which now has the built-in good analysis if you put question mark Minsk at the end of the URL. All right, so the answer is quell, and we're starting with gourd. So it says gourd could have lost. This isn't a word, obviously. This is a coloring. So if we had O, U, and D green. So if this was the result, that result is too trappy and you might lose. You only get two letters at a time, and they're very limited. So luckily we didn't lose on that. So let's change this back to what it's supposed to be. And it suggests lutes is the best option. Tulip, pulse, colts, sweet would have been fine. Input, let up, built, lusty. Even just going right into the ST trap right away is fine. Okay, so I guess I didn't need to be so worried about it. I did bumpy. I wonder how it feels about bumpy. 3.058 guesses left compared to these. That's a lot worse than the best. After bumpy, we had 27 words left. A lot of them are QU, but there was also stuff like suave, hunch, hutch, junta, or junta, however you want to pronounce that. There was an argument in the comments about it. So I went quiet, which is apparently quite is a little bit better than quiet. So it's third place. Now after quiet, we were down to quake, quell, and Q. I didn't think to do Q, but that means I couldn't have lost with only 3 answers left. And they get each other as well. So even then, so quell places the E third, which would require Q. Quake places the E last, which would require Q, or not, right? And then Q, again, E last does it, or E here. Q actually tells you both. All right. Anyway, I got 101 and 3 there. Let's see. It goes loots. And then from there, it's only quell. Makes sense. All right. So it gets a 3. Tails. We go bool after tails here. Put the LE at the end. And now it's only quell. Interesting. Okay. Steal has the E and the L in place. We're going to go kneel. Test the double E. And from there, it's dwell or quell. So a 3 or 4. Adieu is the most common starting word. We have the E and the U. We're going to go surge. After surge, it's only quell. That might be hard to think of. Well, in 3, though. Audio already has the U second. Only happens with 130 answers. Audio might, so what audio might lose on is yellow here, yellow here, yellow here. Which is kind of interesting. Let's just remove it and re-add it. So gulps is the best follow-up with that U. And then curly, lucre, lurch, any of them will get you the answer next, which is quell. So it's a 4. Stare, very common starting word as well. Lined is the best follow-up with that yellow E. And then cello, check the double L with cello. And now it's cavell or quell. Cavell or quell. Cavell being a Yiddish word, I believe. Does that mean to complain, I think? Define cavell. Yiddish verb to be extraordinarily delighted or burst with pride. Oh, so kind of the opposite. What I thought. Okay. After stare. All right. Pert. Best chance of getting it in 2. Hasn't so far. We're in the 218 bucket. So 1 in 218 chance of getting it in 2. It goes close, which is not the answer. And then cavell, and then dwell, quell, or quell. So a 4 or a 5. And finally, the official bot starts with tarps. All gray. So we go lodge. With the L and the E, we're going to go Nell and then quell. All right. Let's check with the official bot and see. First, we get a screenshot. See how people did today. Or are doing so far, I suppose. Quell. All right. Did we beat the bot? 90 skill? Okay. 38 luck. Unlucky today. So what did people do after Gourd? Bumpy gave us 76. Lusty. Just go right into the ST trap. That was one of the options from the other bot. Pulse, lunch, tulip, quest. I am not the only one who did bumpy. Very interesting. Unite, sweet, music, punch. Okay, that's interesting. Who else did bumpy? Quiet gave a 95. It wanted quite or sweet at 99. And then finally quell. All right. Tarps, clone, level, dwell, quell. Yeah, struggled a bit. Okay, point 2 started with quell. Interesting choice of a start. 2.1, 24.5, 70.6. That's a huge jump on 4. Turn 5 is 95.2. 99.4. Losing on fuels. Nell, dwell, Q, queen. I wonder why. Now, all these are less than 0.1, so we don't really know. No one's, I mean, very few people are losing today. All right, let's check in regular mode. There it is. I mean, 88 skill in regular mode. Punch, quiet, untie. I'm not the only one who did bumpy. Quiet is quite good today because it's a keyword. Music, pulse, funky, bunch, quick. Although I don't know how trappy quiet ends up being. At least you get the E. Well, actually, we can see. Quiet had an average 1.7, so it was quite good. Yeah. We can just look at here. Okay. It does slate, riven, whelk, quell. All right. Riven's a filler. 0.3 started with quell. 1.7. It's 19.6. 59.0, big jump. 86.5 is way lower. 96.8 is way lower. A lot of people losing on fuels. Having the UEL, I suppose. Q. Shouldn't guess it, though. Especially on guess 6. Don't guess a word ending in S. All right. Anyway, how'd you do?